friends, and welcome back to Gardening Suburbia. My name is Amanda. I'm a gardener slash homesteader here in Cincinnati, Ohio in Zone 6, and it is the last day of August. So my birth month is actually coming up next month. Super excited. 1 year closer to being 30, and it is almost time. No, today's the day. Today is the day that we are going to be planting out the brassicas. So I don't know if you guys were here with me when I picked these up or not. I don't know if that made it to a video or not. But I went ahead and purchased some brassicas from my favorite greenhouse. It's a local greenhouse to me, and they just had a really nice selection of brassicas. Plus I was late to the game of starting brassicas from seed, or else I would have done that. So today we're gonna go ahead and actually get these guys planted out, because I think we are finally getting over the hump of our extremely hot weather. Today is kind of muggy, but it's not nearly as bad as it has been for the past week. It's been up in like the high 80s, low 90s. And it feels like you literally put a wet blanket on as soon as you get outside. So I did go ahead and start some spinaches and leafy greens. Those will not get put into the garden today, but we'll get the brassicas in today because it is time. Now the question is, where do I put them? So let's take a little walk around the garden to figure out where these guys are going, because I did not plan. I typically like to just go from the seat of my pants. So let's take a walk. All right, so there are a few options when it comes to where we can put these brassicas. I think we're gonna stray away from the in-ground fabric raised bed we have here, simply because fabric raised beds don't hold the heat in the soil quite as well as in-ground beds. As you can see, the summer's coming to a close. All of my zinnias have powdery mildew, which is fine. So I think we're gonna skip on planting anything in this bed. So let's move on. This is probably going to be the easiest space to plant something, and that is in this in-ground bed here. And that is only because it is prepped and ready to go. I already added in some fresh compost on this with you guys recently. I did go ahead and plant some thyme, as well as one of the lavender plants, which is right here. It smells really nice. So we do have a few spots here, which is a good option for the brassicas. The marigolds are going crazy. This is the giant mission marigold, which the scent of this marigold specifically always reminds me of this time of year. It's very, very fluffy and highly scented. I don't know if you guys have seen the loofahs. Maybe you have. These two trellises have become one, and the amount of loofahs we have on here is just crazy. So again, gonna skip on adding brassicas into raised beds. This bed is already filled. I went ahead and seeded a bunch of kales and spinaches. Looks like that's some kale, more kale. And then this is highly experimental. I went ahead and I sowed a bunch of cucumbers. I have no idea if they're gonna even get to do anything because it might get way too cold, but I decided to try anyway because I have not had any luck with cucumbers this year. And then looks like we've got some beets sown in here. and then some sugar snap peas on this side of the trellis. So this is all taken care of with our fall succession plantings. The sunflowers are doing their thing. My giant sunflowers are coming to an end. So freaking pretty. The bees are absolutely loving these too. We got a big fluffy yellow, bright yellow one. So pretty. I'm so happy that I put these in. These were planted right after I harvested the garlic, which was perfect timing for all of these. Okay, so garden is an absolute disaster. Please, please mind your step. I think there's only one option. I guess there could be two. I could clear out this, but that sounds like more work. And wait, you know, I think we're gonna go for the space, and maybe I'll just throw in some plants. If you guys can see the little flower bed over there, maybe I'll take out some of those zinnias and put in a brassica or two over there. This bed is a hot mess. I've kind of given up on, well, the garden has just gone crazy, and that's just what it is when it comes to the end of August. Just what it is. Although, I would like to say, I am going to get 2 more pumpkins. I've got one hiding right there, and then we've got one more right over there, which probably would, well, definitely wouldn't have happened had I picked this plant out like I was actually planning on doing. I think it is incredibly funny that with all of the effort I put into starting pumpkins, that none of my pumpkins succeeded, but the one that survived through my compost and reseeded itself in that bed. It's also had vine borers, which I did absolutely nothing to prevent or deal with. And then it got powdery mildew. It still endured. That plant has been the most vigorous plant in my garden. So what they say about volunteers being ruthlessly vigorous is, it's just, I think I'll just let the volunteers survive from here on out, because that pumpkin plant has just kind of shown me what's up. So let's go ahead and plant some brassicas in this bed, because even though it's cooler than it's been than the past week, it's definitely still hot. Alrighty friends, let's find some spots. So we've got broccoli, we've got 1 Brussels sprout. Oh, well, I guess we got 3 Brussels sprouts. Cabbage, broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower. So I think I'm going to do my cauliflower and my broccoli in this bed to start. I think we'll do our Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts and broccoli. Brussels sprouts would do on this side, and then broccoli we'll go ahead and do on this side. So I definitely killed one of these guys. That's okay. I'll go ahead and plant this one. It was just so stinking hot this week and everything was just drying up super fast. So I have one of the JD Cross. It's an 80-day variety. I'll go ahead and plant that one right about there. And then I've got 2 of the Brussels sprouts Red Bull, which I've never grown this variety. It is a longer day variety. We'll see how this one fares with the cool temps if we get them. So I'm gonna go ahead and plant one probably around right here. I'll probably do another back here. This is just a basil plant that's going to seed, so I'll plant it back here, and then I'll just get rid of this guy. I'll harvest what I can off of that. Maybe we'll just swap spots. All right, there we have our mini brassica bed with some Brussels sprouts and some broccoli smattered in between some other stuff. So this will make a nice little addition to the garden. And I think I'm gonna actually plant these guys in my little cut flower bed that has seen better days. Alright, so as you guys can see, there are still some really pretty blooms in here, but there are some that are crispy, super crispy, potentially so that I could even save seeds from. Yes, okay, so we will be saving some seeds. Some of these guys I will leave in here so that I can actually continue to save seeds, because there were some really pretty like cactus type zinnias that I had in here, like this guy. These were super pretty, and then there were some orange ones, like loved these guys. Oh, it was this one. This one was a cactus type that was a beautiful color of orange. So I'll save seeds from this guy as well. So I'll be kind of going through and making sure that I'm not cutting those guys off, but the ones that perhaps didn't have quite as many of my favorite flowers and they're done, I'll go ahead and get rid of them so I can make space for our cabbages, as well as I think we have cauliflower. Yeah, 2 cauliflowers. So I got 6 different cabbages and some cauliflower, so we need to make some space in here. We'll leave all of the dahlias because these guys will stay until after our first frost. And I'll go ahead and dig up the tubers from those guys. We've got a couple of those in here. They were very slow to grow this year, simply because this bed was put back so much with because of the soil that I had put into this bed. So hopefully it's better. We'll see. Adding some more plants into this will definitely help kind of add nutrients back into the soil. The only other one that we can save seeds from right now is this one, which looks like it's my envy. Woo! There was a spider on that. Hopefully the spider's gone. Did you guys catch the spider? Did I just scare the shit out of myself? So this has a mixture of the seeds, which you can see, this is a seed, and the petals. So we definitely don't need the petals. Some of the seeds are going to be kind of immature. Sometimes people will do this in front of a fan and kind of just dump this into a bucket and let all of this get blown away in the wind, or do it on a really windy day. So here's what I'm thinking. I think I'm just gonna cut all of my pumpkins on this bed because I don't know that they're gonna do anything. They're so stunted. They've been like that size for I don't even know how long. And I'll go ahead and plant one plant here, one here, maybe one a little in the center and one over here and one over there. So that's 3 plants, and then maybe 2 along this side and 1 right there. We'll go ahead and get rid of this guy as well because he's not going to do anything, unfortunately. So I'm trying to keep some of my zinnias in here just because I do have one more market. All right, friends, so there we have a beautiful planting of some brassicas. Mind you, that flower bed is a little more compact with plants than I'd probably prefer it, but I am saving a lot of those zinnias for market that I am going to be doing not this weekend, but on September 7th at Westside Market from, I think it's 9 to 3 p.m. So I am going to be selling sourdough goods. I haven't quite decided if I'm going to be doing another video on that. I did a video compilation on my last Westside Market, which I'll go ahead and tag up here. But I will be selling sourdough goods, and I want to dress my table up with some pretty flowers. Not for sale, just for something pretty to look at, because I love my garden and I love sharing beautiful things from my garden with others. So I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of slow and easy, lazy day in the garden, just kind of planting and figuring things out for the fall and for winter garden season. If you guys liked this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel. I do a lot of gardening content as well as home preservation projects. Every once in a while I'll throw in a just random vlog of my daily life. But I hope you guys liked this video. I'll go ahead and pop another video up here for you guys to enjoy until my next upload. But until then, thank you guys so much for joining me in my garden, and I will see you guys in the next one.